Most of my time is spent, well, at least in the last several months especially, going around the factory.
Sometimes it's staying.
That's what he wants to do with a girl?
In a world that has a man like Elon Musk in it, is it really that surprising that he makes the news more often than not? Whether it's Tesla, SpaceX, or one of his many other business ventures, or just something he says on Twitter, he tends to make a lot of noise, and people like to pay attention to that noise. Over the last month or so, he's been making waves, including Bitcoin. Yes, it appears as though Elon Musk is supporting Bitcoin in his own way, and people are both curious and wary about it all. Allow us to show you what Elon Musk having Tesla invest in Bitcoin means. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 6. The tweets that started it all. There's a title that brings a lot of confidence, don't you think? Elon Musk going and investing in Bitcoin isn't that strange of a thing when you consider that Elon Musk is a man who is never afraid to do outside-the-box thinking, or in this case, investing. But it was the circumstances around this investment of Bitcoin that really has people talking. Because as teased, it has to do something with Twitter. The entrepreneur was responding to a tweet and contained comments by Changpeng Zhao, CEO of Binance, who while he was surprised that Elon's going so gung-ho on Dogecoin, it was worth noting Tesla's actual investment came in Bitcoin, and that started a whole series of events. Musk said Tesla's investments are not directly reflective of my opinion. The Tesla CEO added that Bitcoin, which he describes as simply less dumb form of liquidity than cash, isn't advantageous enough for an S&P 500 company, let alone Dogecoin. I don't even own any publicly traded stock besides Tesla, the billionaire entrepreneur wrote. Last month, Tesla invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin and said it expected to accept the cryptocurrency for payments in the near future. Musk said in an appearance on the Clubhouse app that he was a supporter of Bitcoin. This obviously took a lot of people by surprise, and for a whole host of reasons. Not the least of which is that Elon has always been curious when it came to how he handled his money. In 2020, he sold basically every mansion he had and didn't mind if it barely made any profit. His thoughts on cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin, were unknown. What's more, the fact that he would go from not starting anything about his feelings on Bitcoin to having Tesla go and do a $1.5 billion investment into it was, well, very Elon. And of course, this got the stock of Tesla to grow. And more than that, it got the conversation about it going again. 5. What is Bitcoin again? Bitcoin may have been around for a while in its own way, but there are some who still don't understand the ins and outs of it, if you will. In short, it's kind of digital money. Bitcoin is a digital currency that was created in January 2009. It follows the ideas set out in a white paper by the mysterious and pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto. The identity of the person or persons who created the technology is still a mystery. Bitcoin offers the promise of lower transaction fees than traditional online payment mechanisms and, unlike government-issued currencies, it is operated by decentralized authority. Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency. There are no physical Bitcoins, only balances kept on a public ledger that everyone has transparent access to. All Bitcoin transactions are verified by a massive amount of computing power. Bitcoins are not issued or backed by any banks or governments, nor any individual Bitcoins valuable as a commodity. Despite it not being legal tender, Bitcoin is very popular and has triggered the launch of hundreds of other cryptocurrencies, collectively referred to as altcoins. Bitcoin is commonly abbreviated as BTC. There are various kinds of sites that use Bitcoin for purchases because of the lack of fees, and in certain cases, see dark web, are used because of their ability to not be tracked. After all, it's not there, so there's nothing to track, per se, at least. If this was to happen a few decades ago at the start of the internet age, there's no doubt it wouldn't even be considered due to the uncertainty of it all. But as technology grew and Bitcoin proved more useful and valuable, people bought into it. And now, that includes Elon Musk. 4. Why does it matter that Tesla and Musk invested into Bitcoin? This particular question is very easy to answer because it speaks to an important trend for new methodology in life: validity. Whenever a new idea comes into the fold, there's always some pushback unless it's so simple it doesn't matter. But with cryptocurrency, it's not simple, and it absolutely does matter given how it affects people's lives and how they spend their money. For cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin, their biggest challenge is getting big business and not just certain websites to go and accept what Bitcoin can offer to their customers. So for a major company like Tesla to come in and invest in them, as well as say that their customer will be able to go and use Bitcoin to buy Tesla cars, the current most popular electric car on the market, is a big deal as it adds validity to them. Plus, now if someone asks, who trusts Bitcoin? They can answer, Tesla, which will immediately register as Tesla is not just headed up by a well-known thinker like Elon Musk, but is a respected company that deals with their cars all over the world. That name recognition, if you will, can change people's minds about something like Bitcoin, or at least it can change some people's minds. 3. The counterpoint. Naturally, there are some who are very skeptical about the power of Bitcoin, and one of those people happens to be another of the richest man in the world, via Bill Gates. He noted, Elon has tons of money and he's very sophisticated, so I don't worry that his Bitcoin will sort of randomly go up or down. Gates said in an interview with Bloomberg's television Emily Chang, I do think people get bought into these manias, who may not have as much money to spare. My general thought would be if you have less money than Elon, you should probably watch out. His point is valid to an extent because of Musk, $1.5 billion in Bitcoin is but a pittance to his $180 billion net worth. So he can extend his reach into things like this and not really receive blowback if things go wrong because he's covered in other ways. The debate over Bitcoin isn't new, and it's raised various concerns over the years by those in finance and in the government. Billionaire Warren Buffett deems cryptocurrencies has no value and don't produce anything. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, another longtime skeptic, said at a New York Times conference earlier in February that Bitcoin is an extremely ineffective way of conducting transactions. But with more and more companies starting to accept Bitcoin, as PayPal Holdings Inc., Visa Inc., and MasterCard Inc. recently have, the token has gained wider acceptance. As central banks, including the Federal Reserve and European Central Bank, are studying how to digitalize their own sovereign currencies, and firms such as Fidelity Investments Inc. launch funds letting investors and cryptocurrencies to their profiles. The debate is here to stay. And until certain major things happen, we're not likely to get a clear answer to which side is right for some time. 2. Gaining Bitcoin, losing his title. Funny story. Not long after Elon Musk invested into Bitcoin, he lost his title as the richest man in the world due to losing $15 billion in net worth, and thus falling behind the eternal rival Jeff Bezos. If you're missing the connection, this drop happened after a series of tweets from Elon about the cryptocurrency. And thus, Bitcoin's own stock fell a bit. Not a lot, but enough. What's more, Tesla stock took a heavy dip as well. Many think it's because investors once again lost faith in Elon Musk after he made the tweets about preferring Bitcoin to flat money. This is actually a major concern about Bitcoin as a whole, because its stock has gone and skyrocketed over the years and made a lot of people rich. But then, like many other stocks, it's plummeted, and as a result, people have lost money. While it's true that world currencies do rise and fall, rarely do they crash in value, and that is the key reason why Bitcoin isn't fully trusted. 1. Who's right about Bitcoin? An important question, no doubt, and the honest answer is no one. This debate has gone on for years, and there's no true way to prove which is better. Some hate it because it's a challenge to paper currency, and others refute that notion. Furthermore, there are reasons that many believe Bitcoin is better than paper currency because of the protections within it, its transparency in certain ways, and more. And like most divisions, they aren't going to settle anytime soon, which is another reason why someone like Elon Musk and Tesla getting into the cryptocurrency business is so meaningful, because it just might sway the needle a little bit, if not a lot. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Tesla, Elon Musk, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency as a whole? Do you see why so many people are turning into seeing why Tesla is investing in Bitcoin in their own way, and how this could shape things in the future? Do you think that Elon Musk's decision to have Tesla do this could affect other businesses, either getting into Bitcoin or having them invest more than they already have? In your mind, is Bitcoin the future? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.